Gaming, your world champions of HCS Season 1. FaZe built this roster to take down OpTic Gaming, which they did, taking HCS Season 2 World Championship Grand Finals. As these two teams expect to meet often in HCS Season 3, the shock rifle, the camo, going to be so important. And so too, Eli, is going to be the team that can push off their back foot. I imagine both FaZe and OpTic are going to get wiped at some point in this match. They're going to have back A spawns who can work themselves out of that disadvantageous position as we are live. Game 5, El Clasico, hopping on board here with deadzZzone.
Look at this. Frosty does the jump from S2 to S3. We're starting to see that jump be used quite a bit ever since we saw Boo Boo Doo Boo do it, but it's not going to be enough. The first opening kills go to OpTic. That means they're going to be awarded with the camouflage and also the shock rifle. And look at this. FaZe all trapped on the blue side. This is not where they want to find themselves early at a sandbox disadvantage.
OpTic with the camo and deadzZzone could turn into that ghost in the night and cause nightmares for FaZe Clan fans if he's able to earn a couple slays here and find the separation in a game 5 where we expect a stalemate shortly after the opening break. This could be it, but instead Lucid gets the opening break slay onto Frosty. deadzZzone with the last 2 seconds of that camo gets 2 shots into the suit, but Renegade's on the flank. deadzZzone gets the trade. Impressive. Renegade thought deadzZzone had worked his way up to the top of Snipe, but deadzZzone stayed low and earns the trade. 5-5 here to start.
Actually massive for FaZe to not go down by more early on. They are down by 1 right now, but when OpTic gets camo and the shock rifle, you kind of expect them to take an early lead, but no, at the tied game, FaZe was able to play through their process, mitigate the damage, and now they've got great positioning, and OpTic has to find their way out of Tram. I think this could be an extended stalemate, though. Neither team has any reason to move. Finally, Formal, though, somehow finds the kill on Snakebite. How did Formal even get here? He might have spawned here.
Had to have spawned out. There's no way that Formal worked his way across the entirety of the map. Unbeknownst to FaZe Clan, Formal does earn 1 slay before shortly going down after, and that's important for Frosty to take down the pinch potential that Formal represented on the C side of the map. The remaining members of OpTic Gaming still on the A side looking to fight off those back wall spawns. They're doing a great job of that, earning the lead momentarily, but FaZe Clan steal it right back after 2 more kills. 11-10 early on here. This one's still close.
Not only that, but they got the kills at the perfect time. Snakebite able to get away with the camo. Renegade looking for opponents, calling these players out. All of OpTic trapped on this Tram side of the map. How do they get out of this? Trippy's going to jump into the window, but he takes heavy fire from across the map. These 2 players unable to push all the way out. You have to think this is kind of a half-hearted push from OpTic. You need some presence on the opposite side. They didn't have anyone pushing through the flower bridge or jumping to the ledge, and that push ends up being thwarted by FaZe Clan. They're going to take a 4-kill lead now.
Fortunate, though, are OpTic because of Frosty's positioning here on A. They actually have 3 members of FaZe Clan in A. OpTic are going to get the cafe spawns and a little bit more wiggle room to work out of a disadvantageous situation where FaZe are rolling. Lucid, though, gets the opening break grenade slay on a Snakebite. Trade out in the feed from Frosty. As Royal 2 looks to take some sights and shots onto Formal. He has him down to 1 HP, utilizes the grenade perfectly, geometrically, to bounce past his way to a slay on Formal as Royal 2 maintains his life, and FaZe Clan maintain this lead, up 4.
Also maintain positioning to grab the snipe, but I think OpTic know it. They're going to be watching this snipe very closely. Looks like Trippy pushing in with some heavy grenades. Knows FaZe is likely to be lurking on this side. It's not going to grab the shock rifle just yet. Whoever extends for it first, sometimes more likely to die. Both teams trying to use it as bait for now.
Royal 2 trying to stay alive, but sensing the pressure from OpTic Gaming. Takes to the high ground instead, utilizes the positioning to take down deadzZzone, but it's Mixie here. 5 total players going down, but FaZe Clan in that situation are going to win out. No, excuse me, it trades out ultimately. But that maintains that 5-kill lead for FaZe Clan, 23-18. Trippy now. OpTic Gaming finally out of the C spawns. What can they do with it?
You called him big game Trippy for a reason. This man seems to step up when it matters most for OpTic, and with the shock rifle and a repulse in his hands, he's definitely best poised to do so. Don't think he wants to use this lift, though. The lift makes a very loud audio cue when he goes up. I think saw an opening, though, based on his teammates' locations and call-outs, and he's able to hit a quick snipe on Royal 2. Those are the exact kind of snipes that you want to get to keep your team in, and he's continuing to roll with another headshot. Uses the repulse just for insurance in case that shot didn't kill, and if he can stay alive, he could potentially continue to go.
But Eli, After 3 go down for FaZe Clan, 3 kills we saw in short succession for Trippy, the lead is ballooned. It's now to 6 for FaZe Clan. How are they able to meticulously build on their lead despite dropping like flies? Trippy still at the top of Snipes, still with the control of the shock. And OpTic Gaming need Trippy to have that big game because they're down big now, 29 to 22. It's a 7-kill lead out of nowhere for FaZe Clan.
And only 2 shots left in the shock rifle. Gets a melee that Lucid cleans up. There's still a bullet left in that clip. Renegade finding some awkward shots on Lucid. Another trade goes out. Every trade right now in favor of FaZe, still maintaining that 8-kill lead despite what looked like a good run for Trippy. And now we're back to a slow-paced game. Formal and Frosty find a trade on the other side. Renegade, another trade goes out. But yes, every trade definitely in favor of the team in the lead right now. That's FaZe Clan. And man, every time one of these trades go out, it just reminds me of what Tools was talking about, how close these two teams are in a whole series of scrims going 7-7 against one another. And it's just put on display in matches like this.
I think for OpTic, though, you got to throw out the shimmy, shake, bait trade. You cannot trade out. We're too deep into the game and the lead too big for FaZe Clan. If they play for trades, FaZe Clan's going to happily take it. As Royal 2 pushes up along the cafe side of the map, OpTic Gaming still feels like have not had control of this map throughout the entirety of it. FaZe Clan have always been able to pick their spots. Royal 2 looking to push through into the back of A. A couple grenades going to stop that for now. As Lucid grabs Camo, but Royal 2 shuts it down. OpTic Gaming could have had that win condition in their suit, but instead, they're still dwindling down on this lead. Now only 5. It's back to 5 as deadzZzone does earn the Camo. Formal earns a double kill, and OpTic Gaming are right back in it.
Such an impressive play there. You saw 2 members of OpTic just holding the line at that flower door, stop FaZe from rotating behind them, ultimately win the fight with only losing 1 player throughout. deadzZzone unable to get, and look at this, the FaZe rotation. They're sending all of their resources through the cafe side. That's going to take Lucid and deadzZzone out of this play momentarily. They're not aware. They're going to check their corners around here because they expect at least some member of FaZe to have stayed behind, but no, all 4 have rotated. deadzZzone probably knows it now with the communication of the team, hits the headshot, and suddenly it's just a 3-kill game as Renegade gets a kill and then trades out with Lucid.
OpTic has trusted deadzZzone multiple times in this series with the snipe in his hands, and he's not trading it off to the likes of Trippy, who's one of the best shock rifle users in the game as well. So for now, the game lies in the hands of the newcomer, deadzZzone. How can he make his mark on OpTic Gaming? What a chemistry build through the roof this would be if deadzZzone can bring OpTic back.
FaZe not exposing themselves even a little bit. They all know deadzZzone is going to hit that headshot if they expose themselves at the wrong time. Looks like 2 members of FaZe setting up in the cafe side. Renegade's got a sneaky position bottom mid. I don't think they know he's there. Frosty just holding the line at Snipe Tower. As the team in the lead, they don't have a good reason to move until this camo spawns. deadzZzone cannot find a target just yet.
Opening break going to be so important. Lucid earns it, but deadzZzone caught a little bit out in no man's land, has no more shock to work with, and that could go to FaZe instead as they push on through. Royal 2 redirects his attention from the driveway to the bend here on Lucid. 1v1, and he takes him down. FaZe Clan with an important slay, but the lead's still at 3. Trippy with shots cross map, Camo up top mid, and Formal finds the slay onto Frosty. OpTic are inching their way back. Once down 2 possessions, now down just 2 kills.
This camo going to be absolutely instrumental to the success of one team or the other. FaZe in best position to grab it. Looks like Lucid tries to shut it down. Renegade shuts down Lucid. And still, the camo has not been grabbed. Renegade going to repulse his way to S4. Both teams maybe thinking that it's bait. deadzZzone trying to shut down Renegade here. He doesn't grab the camo because he's already got the repulse in his pocket. And you have to wonder if he meant to hold on to the repulse or if he meant to grab the camo. He's going to try to go back for it and at least burn it. I think he knows he's going to die, but did not want to give that to OpTic. That's huge for FaZe in this moment.
Formal takes down Renegade with the camo, but the grenade takes down Formal. What a nice grenade there from Royal 2. 47-44. FaZe Clan have the lead. And the positioning, it looks like on the high ground, but with snipes on the spawns on the C side, OpTic Gaming are going to have the snipe to work with unless FaZe Clan can bait out the grab. No, Formal has the shock now. The game is now in Formal's hands. Down 3. What can he do with it?
Got shot out of scope, facing immense pressure from both sides here. All the grenades come in. Frosty gets the cleanup kill. Knew that Formal would try to reach out in that moment, and they're about to close the game.
Massive double, make it a triple from Frosty as Frosty ices up like his name says, and FaZe Clan take down OpTic Gaming in the winner's semis. A Classico in El Clasico. Game 5 finish for FaZe sends them to the winter final, where they'll take on SSG.